Hi everyone, how are we today? Easter Monday, can you believe it? I certainly can't. It's taken a bit to realise that yes, we are Easter Monday and we are, Monday. We've had a busy weekend and lots of family and so it's hard to believe that we are Monday, Easter Monday, long weekend coming to an end. Anyway, my name's Anita Mazzero. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator in Horsham, Victoria, Australia. Thank you for joining me today. If you're watching live, you'll see the little red live button. If you're watching the replay, that will be there. Or you may be watching this on my YouTube channel as I put my replay up there. Please hit like if you like what you're watching. Put my teeth back in. If you like what you've watched, that would be great. And if you're on my YouTube channel and you haven't subscribed, I'd love you to subscribe, because the more subscribers, the more YouTube will allow me to do. So that would be great. So I would like that. Now, today it's a big change in the weather. We had some rain over the weekend. I can't believe that it rained. The weather forecast always tells us that it's going to rain. It never does. We get a little bit of a spit and that is it. So we've had about 8 mils of rain. Had a lot of wind, so not much in the rain at all when you look at that. So what do? You can't do much else. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip the camera around. I'm not going to hold you up too long today, I hope. I've had fun creating this card for you, and I have to say thanks to Kayla McCauley for the inspiration. So we'll pop you down and we will go and have a look at what we're doing. Oops, you don't want to see my roof. Okay, there we go. Annual catalogue. Not long to go now. April 6th, and this goes live. Still got a couple of my customers who I will give their catalogue to at the next class, and the rest have got theirs. If you haven't got a catalogue, you'd like a catalogue, but you don't have a demonstrator, and you're watching me and you were thinking I'd like to see one, please just pop me a message and I will endeavour to get one in the mail or pop it in your letterbox if you're locally. So I can't show you what's inside this, not until then. But I've got some products that we can have a look at and I can play with you. So 6th of April, this becomes live. Now, if you can't wait until the 6th of April, I would love you to join my team and you can put this in your pre-order, in your starting kit. When we talk about a starting kit, it means you can purchase products to the value of, just let me refresh my memory, $235. I'm just going to have a quick, $235 for the value of $169. So you can go and have a look at our catalogue, our online exclusives pre-order, and you can choose the $235 worth of products. Then once you've got your order, number, you can then start placing orders and receive a 20% discount. How much better is that? And I'd love you to join our team. We have a lot of fun and it's great to be together. So anyway, 6th of May and you can purchase your products. So one of the new products that I've got is the Impressions Abloom stamp set. How gorgeous is that? So it's 2-step stamping, but you don't have 2-step stamp. And then you've got the dies. Now these dies will leave an impression and cut out. You've got the circles, same size circles. One cuts a frame. You've got leaves, you've got flowers, you've got centres, you've got it all. So it's all there for you for great fun. So we're going to play with some of that today. And we're going to play with some paper. And just pop some pieces out of the way and show you. This is the Floral Impressions paper. Absolutely beautiful paper, beautiful design. You can cut strips, you can cut across, but what a lovely effect that gives. The flip side is this lovely yellow. Then we have this other one, which is again the florals that really predominant, and the flip side is your fresh freesia. We have the little sunflowers with ferns, and the flip side is pool party. We have our sunflowers with some other flowers, and you've got your garden green. You've then got some strawberry slush, pretty in pink, some fresh freesia, again with a plain background. And then you've got, this is probably my favourite piece of the paper. I just love the softness of this one. Absolutely beautiful. So you've got beautiful colours in there, and then you've got the green on the background, the old olive. So beautiful papers, beautiful colours. I'll throw that on the floor where it's half of it's gone already, but it can go on the floor. So, as I said to you before, the card I'm going to make today is inspired by one that Kayla McCauley did. And so I'm creating it. Now, I don't know the name of it. So, it's a box card within a card, or a flat card. You know, I'll work out what the name is. So, I've got a piece of cardstock, 21 centimetres. I'll just better get your notes so that I'm giving you the right measurements, because if I don't and you want to recreate it, that's not much help. Okay, so 21 centimetres by 14.9. It's been scored at 1.5, 4.5, 7.5 and 10.5. So it's your normal card when you've got it closed. Then I have got lots of pieces here, so I've got a flap for the card, which is 29.2 centimetres by 7.3, scored at 14.6. Then I've got a piece, and I've done all this in fresh freesia. This is one of our new colours, Secret Sea. It is one of my favourite colours out of the new ones. It's not navy, it's not green. It's really quite an interesting colour. So I've got a piece of that, and that is 14.3 by 7.1. And I have embossed that in our new embossing folder called Damask Designs. I'll just pop that in so you can see. You can see this beautiful design in there. This particular folder, if you're using it, this is the way that the little flowers go. So don't pop, if you have got this design and you want to use it that way, because your flowers will be the wrong way. So don't ask me how I know. So that's my piece there for the front of that. Then I've got, for the inside, I've got to keep looking at my things, a piece of the garden green in at 14.3 by 7.1, and a piece of white 14.4 by 6.9. 14.4, that's not right. No, it's 14.1 by 6.9. Better change it on my notes, because as soon as I saw it I knew it was wrong. 14.1. And then I've got another piece of garden green, 14.3 by 7.1, and then a piece of basic white, 14.1 by 7.1. So that's for my card. So I'll keep all those pieces together. Then out of the dies, I've cut the oval shape. I've then stamped a sentiment, and then I've got 3 pieces of the garden green, and they are 2.7 by 14.4, and then these are 2.5 by 14.1. So of those 3 pieces. Now I made the mistake of cutting a strip, which means I've only got 2 pieces that match, 1 that doesn't. So this one I'm going to actually hide on the inside of the card, because when it's folded, you're not going to notice it. So the first thing I want to do is put all these pieces together. Get my Tombow glue, and I'm going to layer the ESP to the inside. Now my previous ones that I've made, samples I'll show you later, I didn't, just going to come down a bit, I didn't put a layer, so this is going to be very interesting on how this turns out. I'll get it. Let's see. So as I said, I've just got the hint of the border around. So that piece will go there because that's the odd one out. And because it's on the side, we can get away with it. When you're using pattern paper, I think it's good if you can get the pattern to match, which I've done before but forgot with this one. Okay, so there's my piece there. My next piece will be this one. So how's everyone had a good Easter, I hope? It's flown by. We had a wedding celebration as my stepson and his partner eloped in New Zealand. And so they had a get-together for everybody on Saturday night. And it allowed people that were travelling to come and be part of the celebrations for them. Okay, and then the last one. The new catalogue is just busting with lots of new products and just so many out there. I think it's probably one of the better ones that we've had. We've always had a good catalogue, but this one just, I think, is a little bit better. With online exclusives also coming out at the same time, you're going to have a field day with what you want to choose. Also, don't forget, we now got our rewards program up and running, and that means that you can get 10% off all your purchases over $35. So instead of having to wait until you get $250 in orders, you can do it straight away. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I have my folds here, because that's going to be my centre. So I'm going to turn that over and put some glue down this side. And then I'm just going to turn that over and flip that in place. So there's your box. It should close when you go this way, and it will close when you go this way. And this has moved on me. Let it dry a bit. Don't do what I do. So there's your box. And then it will close this way, and it closes that way. So it can go flat in your card. So then I'm going to get this fresh freesia piece and I'm going to pop that flat inside the card. And you'll notice that this will probably butt right up against the card to the side. Very tight fit, but that's there. Now, I'm going to have this on the front. I'm not putting any layer of green on this one. I'm just going to have this on the front. But I want to do some colouring on it, a little bit of blending. I'm going to take the Secret Seed stamp pad and my blending brush, and I'm just going to add a bit of depth around the outside. And by doing this as well, it helps bring out that image that you've embossed. Now, if you want to, you can do the whole lot. I only want to do the edges. Just want to bring it around, give it a bit of depth around the side. Just get myself a white, because being a dark colour, this could go everywhere. And knowing me, that's where it would end up. So there we go. We've got, you can see how the inner part is slightly lighter. So I'm going to glue that down. On the front of the card. So that will just go in there. It's got a very small border, so you're just going to be able to see the colour. There's the border that goes around. So once you've done your cutting, it is very... Hello, Lucia, how are you? Yeah, we've had a lovely weekend as we were celebrating a wedding that had happened on Saturday, and then on we've had the family around most of the weekend. So I'm going to now glue this. Now, if you want to do a different side, you can, but as I said, I loved this colour and I wanted it to show and keep that uniform. You don't have to do this piece if you don't want to. How was your Easter, Lucia? So you've got a very, very fine border around the card. Around the DSP, I mean, not the card. I don't know why I said card. And I'm going to pop that just up the top there. And that just adds a little bit extra to the card for when we're finished. Now, before I do any more on this one, I want to add some colour. And I've got this... Oh, sorry, I did not mean to bump that. I've got this beautiful stamp that's in the... Now, which one did I get it out of? Got stamp sets everywhere here at the moment while I've been playing. The Gallery Blooms. I love this little flower and I wanted to use that in the corner. Even though I'm using different ones on the front. So I'm going to take a soft seafoam. Make sure I've got it well inked up. And then I'm just going to stamp that down in the corner. Yes, it is nice to have a full house. Yes, we certainly had people in and out all weekend, which was lovely. So now I'm going to get my blending brush. And because at the moment the cloud cover is not available, this... just using your blending brush to drag the colour in just gives you a nice soft colour that to me is very similar to the cloud cover. I'm just going to colour this in. And I'm just doing the leaves of the flower. Leaving white. You can see how the colour has just dragged across, and it's very similar to our cloud cover. I'll just do the same in here. And our cloud cover, I should show you the colour for that. This is the cloud cover. So you can sort of see what I'm trying to say when I say that it's there. Just extending the colour out to create. Make sure you clean your blending brush. It will stain, but if you've got, as long as it wipes clean, it will be fine. Right, going to grab a little bit of old olive, some dark and some light. So I'm just going to add a little bit of dark at the bottom of the leaves, or if the leaves folded over. Just create a bit of darkness and then come out with the light. Just create that effect. Tell you what, I must be starting to get old, because some of the kids that are not kids anymore, you know, they come up to me over the weekend and they say, "Do you remember me?" Just staring at them. You know, they've got beards, they've got older, some have got a little bit on the grey side, and you're thinking, yep, I have no idea who you are. And then when they say who they are, you think, oh, yes, of course I know you. I think there was just so many people around that I hadn't seen in years, so that made it a little bit hard. So I'm just going to leave that like that, put that away, and then I'm going to glue this inside here. I'm not going to put anything on this particular part because this is your writing area and it is only small, and I don't think, you know, unless you write copious amounts of notes, you would then put something on the back. But if you're like me, short and succinct, it's done very quickly. Yeah, it was lovely to catch up. Like some of the kids, they went to school with the kids, and you know what life is. They've moved on. They've, you know, gone their own lives. Not all are living in Horsham, but our paths just don't cross. It's funny how when you've got the kids at school and you're at the school, you've got school events, you see them and you know them. But then when they grow up and move away, or you know, they work, you go in different circles, that's how you forget them. Now I reckon I might just, you know, got to add a bit of wink. So I'm just going to lightly put some wink on the flower. We've got to have sparkle, don't we? And I've just noticed I've missed one of the leaves. Oh, I am sorry about knocking you. I've made sure my phone is turned off. My do not disturb is on, so that I do not get what happened last week. That was disastrous. One of my grandsons was home and he does a lot of work in the media. We had a great old catch-up. I'm very proud of him, doing extremely well. Right, we're just going to pop that inside there. There we go. So that's that side of the card. And I did not score it down, did I? As I said, my desk is in such a mess. Because normally Ferdy will go to golf about 8 a.m. in the morning. So when he goes early, I've got all day to be ready for anything. Not today. So he didn't leave until 10:30, 11:45, so that really threw my day. Right, so to decorate the card, this piece is going to sit on here. So when it's flat, this will sit like so. So I need to do something to make that a little bit better. But I also want to put my lid on this before I forget, but I also want to colour my flowers. I've got some flowers and some leaves. My good friend Michael has always taught me that, you know, using white for your base is the way to go. Don't think I'll use these white flowers. They're there if I want them. And I've already stepped and preheat embossed the leaves. So I'm going to get my daubers. And I'm going to use some fresh freesia, and I'm just going to colour the inside of this one. Just to create a bit of colour. Still wanting a bit of white there because, let's face it, I'm just going to flick out the colour. Just create that centre depth that flowers have. Using the impressions that are on the dies. Oh, sorry, I'm out of screen. Terribly sorry about that. I hope I'm back in shot again. This one could do with a little bit more. There we go. That will dry and will be a little bit lighter. Wipe that up. And then in the green, I'm going to grab the old olive. I might use my blending. No, I'm going to use my daubers because it gives a little bit more control over what I'm doing. And because these have got the little centres cut out, it's not going to help if I tear it. So I'm just going to get sort of the darker at the bottom and then blend it out to the tips. Yeah, I think I like that. Still want that bit of lightness at the ends, because we know Mother Nature is never perfect. It is perfect in its own way. Start off with the dark and then bring it out. Nearly did what I told you not to do. Let's bring that colour out. And just in that deeper colour at the ends and keeping it like so. Wipe that away. Just get the dry cloth and use that. Right, now I want to bring in a little bit of colour in the background. Okay, I'm going to I think I'm going to just use some Darling Duckling, one of our new colours. I'm just going to bring that and just colour the centre. Make that fairly vibrant. So that it can be seen in the background. There we go. Now I want to find, as I said, my place here today is in such a mess, it is ridiculous. Just do it. Cannot find my, I know I had it this morning, but I'm going to use my catalogue and I'm just going to create the centre. It's probably not the same. It's not equal curl. You know when you want something and it disappears on you? It's never where you want it when you... And I know, there it is. It had gone under my trimmer. Okay, I'm going to start getting the colour shape. Then I'll come in with the smaller one. Create a bit of depth in the centre. I'm hoping it's not vibrating too much. Hope the card is not too I don't seem to want to give today. Alright, if it's not going to give, I might try it in my hand. That's more the look I'm wanting. So, hello Glenda, how are you? I hope you've had a lovely Easter. Okay, let's move them out of the way. And I'm going to pop that out of the way. I'm going to grab so I'll pop a flower like so. Take the smaller one. Hello, Leah. Lee, how are you? Hope you had a great Easter as well. Just move that one down a bit. It's hard to believe that Easter's already over. And we'll pop that one up there. So I'm going to take snip that leaf out, and I'm probably going to have him sitting in there, and then that one can sit like so, and I might repeat that for this one. Just take that. The leaves like so, and then these two can hide way down in there. I like that. Right, we'll glue them down. Yeah, Lee, I had a wonderful Easter because my stepson got married back in January. Him and his partner eloped over in New Zealand, and so we had a, I suppose you could call it the reception. So we just had a gathering of family and friends, and we all got together with them and celebrated the wedding. So it was a really nice day. Weather was perfect. They forecasted showers, which didn't arrive, so we were happy about that. And yes, it was just lovely to catch up with all of them. Just going to pop these, that excess bit. Come on, it does not want to go where I want it to go today. There we go. And we'll just pop that leaf like so, so it looks like it's all part and parcel. And then I've got the centres of the flowers, which I've cut out in cloud cover. So I'm going to pop a little bit of glue inside the centres. And this is where you take your pick tool, comes in very, very handy. The putty end allows you to pick it up and make sure I've got the right one. Okay, that's the large one. They all look alike to me. So there's let's pop that on. Oops. Go back there. Okay, there's going to be our centres, and I'm going to pop some little flowers. A bit of glue sticking out there, so I'm just going to pop some little flowers where I know there's a bit of glue. I'm going to do about 5, I think. Maybe one up here. So this particular fold I've had a lot of fun playing with and doing. Yeah, I've really loved this suite. It's one that you can do so much with. There's out of the way. And I think that's what makes it so versatile, Lucia. You can just do anything. There we go. And I'm just going to post that in the middle. But it needs a bow or a bit of twine. I've got some gold. I think I might use some gold thread. I am going to be very sorry when this gold trim goes because I really like it. So I'm going to put a double bow. I'm sorry they're not keeping that ribbon in because it is beautiful. I'll just get a glue dot. And I'm going to just pop that in there under the flowers. Just like so. Then I'm going to get some mini dimensionals and pop across my sentiment. Let's take the backs off. Well, I have got a stapler. I can use it, but I think it may be over the wrong side of the... No, I can do it, Lucia. I wish they'd bring this back. There we go. That'll be well and truly hidden by this. And I'll pop that across like so. There we go. Thank you, Lucia. So now I'm going to place this and I'm going to line it up and centre it. So roughly work out where it's going to be. So I know and around here is where I'm going to put some dimensionals. I'll just put one at the top and the bottom and I'll know where I've got to go. Off, lay that down, centre that in place, and pop that like so. And let's have a look. I love these new pearls. I thought I might just pop a couple of there if they're small enough. Grab the cloud cover and just pop in the middle. Oh, I missed my fifth one. If only that the glue shone that I realised it was sitting there. We'll just get some gems. As I said, this is a very easy card, and I think you can do with this whatever you wish. I'll put my 5 gems because I've got 5 flowers. And those are the beautiful colours. Look at the new colours. Secret Sea, Cloud Cover, Timid Tiger, Darling Daffodil, Darling Duckling, and Strawberry Slush. Oh, yes. Anyway, the staple idea was still good. Yeah, no, I do think that particular gold thread has been the best of the lot. This is the 25-27 in colour flat pearls, so they're really a bonus to have, I think, anyway. I may be biased because I like them so much. So there's the card for today. I'll just move everything out of the way because I have got a mess on my desk. So this is the one I've made today. So when it stands up, which is a bit hard for you guys to see, and it stands up, and you can open up the card. Just might have to lift the flap a little bit, but when it's shut, it's nice and flat. Brings out all the colours in the card. I absolutely love it. As I said, I have been playing. So I played with that paper, and I did this one, where I stamped the images, and I cut them out and created the layers, and then I've just put the a piece of the paper inside and just stamped an image on the inside. So that was that one. I made a few, so I'll tuck them in. Then this was the inspiration I got from Kayla Macaulay. This was basically her idea that she had, and I've done that one, and I've made that one. Then I had another go with some more of the paper that we've been using. This is the fern one with the sunflowers. Got the design, and I've popped that in there like so, and had that nice and soft with the flowers. And then the last one was, I made this one. I actually stamped from the Gallery Blooms, stamped the flower, spread the colour. This is on the Wildflower birthday paper, which is the same with this one here. Done a 50 for a special occasion. Got the damask embossing folder, and this is what I mean by when you stamp it, emboss it the wrong way. And then I've got this inside here. So there, what I've done. So as I said, a very fun fold, and yeah, just great. And because it stays flat, they will actually look really nice on someone's mantle. And yeah, I've gone mad. I really have enjoyed making them. They are so good. And today's is basically a much softer version, like of what I've got. As I said, I started with the ephemera, and then I went this way. Then I went with a lot more leaves on this one, and that was because the paper allowed the was very fernery like, and I wanted that soft Queen Anne's lace poking through. So there we go. So I'll just move those ones out of the way. So that's the one we've done today. So as you can see, opens out, and because I've got, this is the only one of the few that I've got the same colours on the inside, and then a design in there, keeping in with that Secret Sea. So I hope you've enjoyed that. It's, as I said, I was inspired by Kayla Macaulay on the design. It's her design, and I've just run away with it. So I've really, really enjoyed making it for you today. So I want to thank you for watching. Being a public holiday, you could have been busy rather than watching me. But thank you for watching, and I will see you all next Monday. Bye for now.